Welcome to The Daily Show, sir.
Thank you very much for having me.
I am a big fan of your work. You have been making some of the funniest films that we have had the pleasure of enjoying in the cinema.
Thank God.
But Jojo Rabbit is truly one of the strangest films people will go and watch in an amazing way.
Yeah.
How do you even begin to pitch to a studio, hey guys, I'm going to make a movie about a young boy who's growing up in Nazi Germany and his imaginary friend is Hitler?
You say, hey guys, and then you stop there. That's pretty much it. It's a very hard film to pitch. So this is a film about a young boy and the Hitler Youth. Most people go, that's enough for me. Not interested. But I actually just ended up having to write the script and let that do all the talking for me.
Right.
It is a very hard thing to pitch because tonally it shifts around quite a lot. There's a lot of comedy and drama and tragedy, and it is a real mix. You can't
Yeah, it really is sharp in its satirical voice as well, because you know you're commenting on something that we all know happened. But what's really interesting is you're commenting on something that I think a lot of people don't talk enough about today in the world, and that is how we are conditioned from the time we are children.
Yeah.
You see this little child who was born in Nazi Germany, and he is only taught to be a Nazi, and we like him because we sort of understand that he had no other choice, and we see the conflict that he has with being a Nazi, and then like his mother going like, no, you can be a good person.
Yeah, that's right. And when children were indoctrinated into the Hitler Youth, the first lesson they were taught was to rebel against your parents. Don't listen to your parents and what they try and tell you. Listen to us. You know, Hitler is now your father, and listen to us. And listen to your teachers. And so, for parents in those times, if you wanted to try and convince your child, don't be a Nazi. That was a very dangerous thing to do, you know, because they would say, if your parents, if they judge us or if they criticise the party, tell us and we'll take care of that.
We'll take care of your parents, right? And you see that in the story, and I really wish I could explain it to people. I don't want to give anything away, but it's like it really is. It is a weird movie in that like you're laughing and then you're sad and then you're angry and then there's moments where you're like, this feels like what's happening today. You know, you feel people who are radicalized and you go, why do you have this hate or why do you feel the way you do? And they're like, well, that's all I've known.
Isn't it weird that in 2019, someone still has to make a movie trying to explain to people not to be a Nazi?
Was it ever awkward for you, like looking in the mirror? I mean, like, did your family say anything? Because I mean, you know,
Well, my mother came to visit set, and we were.
Because a lot of people don't know this about you, but you're Jewish, and then like you have Jewish
and that
family.
makes it okay.
No, but I'm saying like that makes it more awkward. I think is that like
for sure.
So like your family's just like, wait, so you're gonna be Hitler?
It's double the guilt going on. It's double. So I put the costume on for the first time. On paper, you simply, this is going to be a great idea. Then you put it all on. You put that ridiculous moustache on, and you look in the mirror. And I mean, the main word to describe it all is embarrassed. Oh, that's right. I was embarrassed.
Right.
But imagine trying to direct people dressed like that. You know, because you go through most of your day. You don't really remember what you look like. And I was like, I'll be directing people. Hey, that's really good. It's really good, Scarlett. So look, why don't we just try to do another one where you go over there and you can see you go. And I catch a little glimpse of myself in a reflection and realise, oh my God, that's right. I'm dressed like this guy.
Yes,
and so then instantly I said, so you don't have to do what I say. That's not an order. I'm not forcing you to do that. That's your choice. You're a free person. You know, in 2018, you do what you want.
Hey, I'm not directing. I'm suggesting. I'm not directing. I'm suggesting.
Suggestion.
You do
There's
it.
the power of suggestion.
You have a really stellar cast. I mean, the young man who we see there playing Jojo the Rabbit, he's phenomenal. And I mean, all these young kids in the movie are so amazing in playing the story. And then you got Scarlett Johansson, who's also phenomenal as the mom in the story. Why did you choose to center the story around the kids? Because it's not a story told through the lens of the adults. The adults are in the story, but it is really through the lens of children. Why?
Well, I've never really seen films set with the backdrop of conflict or wars really from a child's point of view, and I really wanted to explore that world. And I've worked with a lot of kids in my films. So a lot of my films, they deal with young boys with dad issues. But so I've always worked with these kids, and the boy who plays Jojo, Roman Griffin Davis, incredibly beautiful, sensitive young guy who really carries the film and really saved me from embarrassment.
I think there's nothing to be embarrassed about. It's truly one of the most original funny, fantastic films I've watched in a very long time. Thank you so much for being on the show. Thank you for making the movie. For real. Jojo Rabbit opens in select cities October 18th and will be in theaters nationwide very soon. Taika Waititi, everybody.